Hey y'all, it's Cam again. So this is going back to the Ghislaine Maxwell deposition for the court case between Virginia Giuffre versus Ghislaine Maxwell. But anyway, we're going to start right here. This is page 162. And I don't even know what video this is. It's been a while since we looked at this one. Um, I'll put it in there in the order. I just don't know which one it is. But either way, we're just going to go with it. So here's the question. Okay. I'm asking if you have a recollection of taking messages for girls who would call the house. Girls, females who would call the house over the age of 18, redacted is 15. Answer, I don't know who redacted is, so I can't testify anything to redacted. Your name is on the message. I didn't put it there and I don't know what it's doing there. So your testimony is you didn't take this message. I obviously didn't take the message. It's signed by somebody R. It's not my handwriting. We don't know if I'm in Palm Beach. Did you arrange for Redacted to have his friend Redacted come over on Tuesday of this week? I don't know who Redacted is, so it would be hard for me to arrange anything with someone I don't know. Is your name reflected on this message pad? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. I have no idea. You would have to ask whoever took the message. Did you, in the course of your work, regularly take messages for Jeffrey Epstein? I already testified I hardly ever did. Would you, in the course of your work, regularly set up appointments for females to come over and give massages for Jeffrey Epstein? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. Can you specify females? You mean adults over the age of 18? Did you regularly set up for Jeffrey adults over the age of 18 to come for massages? I didn't regularly do that, no. Would you take messages with respect to females over the age of 18 to come over for a massage? I already testified I hardly ever did take messages. But would you? I already testified I hardly ever. I know hardly ever, but did you? Over the course of time, it is possible I may have taken a couple. I have no recollection. I hardly ever and I did so irregularly that it would be hard for me to pinpoint. Did you ever take a message for a female under the age of 18 to come over for a massage or for any other reason to be with Jeffrey Epstein? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. I hardly ever took a message. I have absolutely no way of knowing. Maybe one of my friend's daughters called to say they were coming to visit me. I've never taken messages. I don't know about how I would possibly know if somebody I spoke to one or two times I took a message is how old they would be, but I've never taken a message where I was aware of anything being under the age of 18 and probably took it so infrequently it will be impossible. Can you turn to redacted? It should be the next page. Uh-oh. Or uh I guess you're saying like uh-huh. Do you see at the top it says Mr. J 11804 and then the name is redacted. It says I have a female for him. Why would a minor be calling Jeffrey to say they have a female for him? Do you know? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. First of all, I don't know. That's a minor. I don't know who took the message. I will represent to you these are police reports and minors' names have to be redacted for privacy purposes. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. Do you know why a minor child will be calling Jeffrey and leaving a message to say, quote, I have a female for him? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the Foreman Foundation. I can testify in I can't testify anything about this message. I don't know anything about it. Question, I'm going to redact or direct your attention to the next page, redacted. If you look at the bottom left, you're going to see a message for Jeffrey from redacted. It says she doesn't have a number and left the message that she called. Do you know who redacted is? I do not. Do you know that redacted was 13 at the time she placed this call to Jeffrey? I don't know who redacted is. Would Jeffrey regularly have 13-year-olds call and leave messages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form and foundation. How would I possibly? These were messages taken when I was not at the house, and I have no idea who they are, nor how old they are, or nor anything. How do you know you weren't at the house on this day? I was hardly at the house in 2005. So you could have been there, you just don't know. In the 5 days, I might have been there in 2005. I suppose it's possible, but it's unlikely. Mr. Pagliuca, do you know why this isn't redacted? If you're representing all the names of the people who are underage have been redacted from these records. Miss McCauley, I think it was. My assumption is it was a miss by the police department. Question. I will direct your attention to redacted. So you will skip a page and go back. It's the final page in the message pads. And you will see on the top left for Jeffrey on 6/1 of 2005 from redacted with the phone number. It says, quote, he has a teacher for you to teach you how to speak Russian. She's 2 times 8 years old. What? She is 2 times 8 years old, so 16, not blonde. Lessons are free, and you can have your first today if you call. Do you know whether redacted sent a Russian girl that was 16 years old over to Jeffrey Epstein's home? Why are they doing math to talk about the kid's age? That just, I mean, is a stupid joke, I guess, between perverts or something. I just don't understand that. Why would that doesn't make sense? But okay. So, Mr. Pagliuca objects to the form of foundation. I do not know. Did you ever observe a Russian girl that was 16 years old come to Jeffrey Epstein's home? I'm not aware of any 16-year-old Russian girl that I can recall in Jeffrey Epstein's home. Do you know whether Jeffrey Epstein had sex with the 16-year-old Russian girl? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form and foundation. I do not know. The videographer, it's 12:25. This will be the end of this 3. We're off the record, and then the recess. So afternoon session, time notice to 1:21 p.m. Ghislaine Maxwell resumed and testified as follows. Examination by Miss McCauley is continued. Videographer, it's now 1:21. We're starting disc number 4. We're back on the record. Miss Maxwell, before the break, we were talking about, and I think it's one of the exhibits that's marked in front of you. I'm not sure the number, but the police report that I showed you earlier today. Now that you have knowledge of the police report and the criminal investigation with respect to Jeffrey Epstein, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein abused any minor children? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Can you repeat the question, please, and break it down so it's more understandable? Now that you have the police report that I showed you this morning, that you had an opportunity to look at, you gave it to me. I did not look at it. The questions that I asked you about the police report, you're aware there is a police report? I'm aware there is a police report. You're aware there was a criminal investigation of Jeffrey Epstein? I'm aware that there was that. Now that you're aware of those 2 things, and having talked to Jeffrey Epstein, do you believe Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form and foundation. Can you re-ask the second part of that question, please? Sure. The 2 documents we were talking about, the document in the investigation you said you're aware of, and after having talked to Jeffrey Epstein, do you believe Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Answer, what do you mean I talked to Jeffrey? You need to break the question down further. So you have the police report. I do. And you are aware of the criminal investigation. I am. Let's take those 2 things. After knowing those 2 things, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein abused minor children? It's like pulling teeth to get her to freaking answer. The damn attorney keeps ejecting everything. Okay, so Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Can you explain what you mean by that question actually? Is she freaking dumb or she's just being obstructionist? Okay, I think the question speaks for itself. I will try again. I will say it one more time because I want you to be able to understand it. Knowing that you have the police report here In knowing about the criminal investigation, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? Mr. Pagliuca, same objection. I know what you put in front of me and I know what I read. Question. I'm asking what you believe. Do you believe Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? Answer. I can only tell you what I read and what you showed me. Oh my gosh, this lady, she's like sounds freaking infuriating. I wonder how the Todd Blanche interviews with her went. Holy hell. She doesn't want to answer anything. Okay. And I get it. She didn't want to be convicted of it, but still, geez, answer the damn question. Okay. So back to this. I'm asking what you believe from your own belief. Do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein abused minors? Answer, I can only go from what I know personally and what I know personally about what Virginia's lies talked about. She's the only person I know that actually claimed that, and I can say with certitude that everything Virginia said was a lie. You are aware Jeffrey Epstein was sentenced for sexual abuse. Are you aware of that? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Are you aware that Jeffrey Epstein served time for sexual abuse of minor? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I don't believe that's what he was sentenced for, actually. So you don't know what Jeffrey Epstein served time for sexually abusing a minor? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I don't believe that's what he was sentenced for. Do you know that Jeffrey Epstein was convicted for procuring a minor for prostitution? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I don't know exactly what he was convicted of. I don't know that he has or he was convicted. I know he spent time in jail. Do you know that he spent time in jail related to an issue with a minor child? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I did not know that. What did you think he was spending time in jail for? I only know he went to jail for it was alleged that he had an underage prostitute. So knowing that, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I can only tell you what he went to jail for. I'm asking what you believe. I'm not asking what he went to jail for. I'm asking for your belief. Answer, I cannot testify to what I believe. I can only say what I've seen in the reports, and I know he went to jail. You can testify to what you believe. Do you believe? I can only testify. Let me finish the question so the record is clear. Do you believe Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors? This is like the fourth, fifth, sixth time she said it. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. You can answer. Okay, answer. I can only testify to what I know. I know that Virginia is a liar, and I know what she testified is a lie. So I can only testify to what I know to be a falsehood, and half those falsehoods are enormous. And so I can only categorically deny everything she has said. And that is the only thing I can talk about because I have no knowledge of anything else. Question, I'm not asking about Virginia. I'm asking whether you believe that Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused minors. Answer, again, I repeat, I can only go on what I know, and what I saw is a falsehood based on what Virginia said. Can you imagine, though? I mean, that's why she sued this Virginia Giuffre. That's why she sued Ghislaine Maxwell. But can you imagine? This lady has sexually trafficked you. She's helping procure young girls her age and younger, even. And then she's denying it. It just won't, just give it up. You've been caught. I mean, damn, I know they have to go through all this, but that would be so damn infuriating to know that an adult female was helping this man do the crap that he was doing to these kids, bringing them in on the pretense of massage therapy. And then he's just like taking advantage of these poor, I mean, and some of them were a little bit on the lower income scale. We'll just say that, from the wrong side of the tracks, I guess you could say. I mean, how frustrating would that be to know that she's gonna continue to deny and deny and deny that she had anything to do with having these kids abused? That just anyway. I'm gonna stop it here. I'll probably try to do like a little bit more on this one because it's like 400 something pages, but we are booking through a lot of these, so I'm getting them churned out. It's just going through it. Just have to read a lot of stuff that I'm learning. Hopefully, you're learning some new stuff if you didn't already know all of this. Because I mean, I don't think the Jeffrey Epstein stuff is gonna go away. Not if I can help it. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.